Hi, this is Paul from Outerloop Coaching and OuterloopCoaching.com. I'm back with a new video this week, and I want to talk about what you can do for your band's career and for your music career right now, today. I know you're surfing around YouTube doing nothing, wondering what it is can I do today to move my career forward. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ideas that you can apply right now. You can do them. It won't take you long, give or take, but it will move your career forward. So let's jump into it. But before I do, don't forget, please subscribe down there in the corner. Make sure that you like the video. Maybe you could hit the little bell that's down there so that way you get alerted when we put up new ones, and put comment down below. I'd like to know if there is one thing that you want to do with your music career but don't know exactly what it is or how to do it. Let me know down below. Ask the question. I'll be happy to give you some advice or address it in a future video. Let's jump in. All right, so the first thing that I want to suggest, have you ever gone to a gig or you've met somebody in the industry, or you meet a possible fan and they say, "So what does your band sound like?" And you go, You need to spend some time right now, today, trying to figure out what is your answer every single time you get asked that question. First things first, don't be boring with that description. Make sure that it is unique and interesting. Don't do what a lot of people do. "Oh, we're kind of like this meets that," or "we're kind of like this, but like more recent." You know, boring. Nobody wants to hear how you're like this, but kind of like that. If I want to hear this and I want to hear that, I'll go listen to those. I don't want to hear them together. Maybe if they're completely different and interesting and all that sort of thing, well, maybe I'll give it a try, but I promise you, you're a creative person. Please sit down, try to come up with something unique and interesting that does describe your band's sound. Don't be cliche. I've talked about this many times before. Cliches are those little phrases that we all lean on that try to make a shorthand a description of anything. But the problem with cliches is that everybody's heard it and everybody's got baggage as to what that cliche actually means. You need to be unique, you need to be original, and when you are, that will make somebody's brain go, I don't know exactly what that is, but that is because you were in the earlier step making sure it was interesting. That is interesting. And that is what you want your description of your band to be. Also, create a question. Once you've got a really good, snappy 8 words, 7 words, 3 words, whatever it is that describes your band, it gets them interested. It gets them their interest peaked. Once you've got that nailed down, create a question that you ask everyone after you tell them about your band and what it sounds like. It's just a little question. And it should have something to do with what this little phrase is suggesting. When you have a question, first of all, it turns the conversation from you and your band to about them, and it will make it so that they are going to now feel invested in the sound of your band because they're describing themselves to you. It's charismatic and it's engaging, and it gives you opportunities to tie what it is that you're doing with your music into their life. And that will be the sort of thing that just makes your music super, super sticky. I don't care if you're meeting the executive of some big major label record company, or it is you're meeting an entertainment lawyer, or you're meeting somebody who's standing outside the club trying to decide whether they're going to go inside and listen to your band play or not. Whoever it is, hit them with a really compelling, interesting, unique, non-cliche description of your band and ask them a question that then engages them in the conversation, so that way you can tie what it is that they have going on in their lives with what your band does. Okay, second thing you can do, that's a big one. Second thing you can do, book a gig 2 to 3 months from now, but make it special. And by special, I don't mean, well, we got our favorite other bands in town to open up for us. I'm not boring. I'm talking about trying to find something creative that makes this gig compelling no matter who was performing. Yes, it's you, and you have the greatest band in the whole wide world. I know it's true. You just need to convince everybody else of it. What I'm talking about with this gig is doing something that is so unique, so awesome, so compelling that people go, I gotta go to that. That sounds really cool. So be creative. Think about the theme. Think about the venue. Think about the way you might perform and try to come up with something that if somebody heard it, they go, that is cool. I want to see that. That could be really cool. Look for holidays or other special events that might be happening 2 to 3 months from now that you can tie your gig to. I'm not a creative person, so I can't come up with anything creative, but let's say this is a starting point. Like if Christmas is 2 months from now, then you're thinking, okay, well, we're going to do like a Christmas gig where we do nothing but speed metal versions of your favorite Christmas songs. Boring, right? But you get where I'm coming from. What I'm trying to get to is the idea that you, as a really creative person, can come up with an awesome way to create a gig that could become something really special that people do not want to miss. Okay, third idea. Reach out to the management of 3 artists that you greatly respect and inquire about having them perform on an upcoming recording. I believe that this is, and I talked about this in the video right here over my shoulder. Click on it, check it out when we're done, right? Just quick copy it and then make sure that you paste it later into the YouTube so you can watch it. But this, I believe, is one of the greatest shortcuts to getting industry attention. It's having special guests on your recordings, and I think you might be surprised at how economically possible this can be, especially when you choose the right artists. So reach out. Remember, it might not be that they come to your town to record in your studio and all that sort of thing. It might be a thing where they can record in their little home studio and send you the track, and you just, incorporate it into your recording. It can be done all sorts of ways. It can take very little of their time. But when you have these musicians that you respect on your recording, it will get the attention of industry. It will get the attention of Spotify playlists. It will get the attention of the SEO algorithms, and it will get the attention of this artist's fans and possibly turn into new fans for you. I think this is an incredible, call it a hack. So reach out to 3 musicians that you respect, especially if you can, you're imagining one of your songs that you haven't recorded yet, and you're like, oh my God, if so-and-so did a guitar solo in this, if so-and-so did, sang a verse of this, if so-and-so harmonized on this with in the chorus. Something like that, that's going to get people's attention when they hear it, but also it's going to keep you excited because it's artistically interesting. And then you got all these other reasons that I'm talking about that make it really kind of cool. All right, so 4th thing. Oh, look at that. I made 5 and I didn't even realize it. Okay, 4. Check this one out. Prepare 30 social media posts for the next 30 days. You can do it all in one fell swoop, especially if you're using a tool like Hootsuite or something like that. You can get all these posts scheduled so that they're ready to go. This could be for Instagram, Facebook, whatever, or just have them queued up and then just make sure that you make a note every day with your calendar or whatever it is. Hey, you got to post the new one, and post to your social media, and that way you don't have to think about it over the next 30 days, but you're consistently posting on your social media sites. Think about 30 posts today. Write them out. Get the hashtags ready, get the tags ready, all that stuff, but have 30 compelling posts. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, this is what I suggest. Go to some of the artists that you really respect that have bigger audiences. Take a look at the kind of posts that they've been doing and do 2 things. Look for inspiration, that's 1, And look for posts that have got lots and lots of fan engagement, lots of shares, lots of likes, lots of comments, and let those posts be the ones that will inspire you to write something interesting, especially when you're hitting writer's block right around, I don't know, post 8 or 9, as you're sitting there this afternoon trying to figure out what you're going to write, and you're trying to get to 30. That's the way you get to 30, by using other artists as inspiration. Do not copy, but use them as inspiration for your own post. 5, this is like a bonus because I didn't even remember that I had written a fifth. A fifth idea, something you can do right now and move your music industry career forward, is pitch one song of yours to 10 Spotify playlist owners with 100 to 500 followers. Again, one song to 10 Spotify playlists with 100 to 500 followers. Why this level? Because these are going to be individual people. These are not algorithms building these playlists. These are real human beings. Find them, you can find them through other social medias. Find ways to get to these people who are creating and own these playlists and pitch them your song. Make it one song. The reason that this works is that you will then get, let's say, 2, maybe 3, maybe 6 out of 10 of these playlists to add you, maybe more, who knows. You get them to add you, and when they do, the Spotify algorithm starts to see, there's ties, people are adding this song has some momentum, and all of a sudden, the Spotify algorithms will start to suggest this song to people who are, doing the radio style of Spotify, trying to, or Pandora style of Spotify, where they're trying to look for the algorithm to suggest other songs like the songs they like. If your song is tied to one of the songs that they start one of these playlist algorithms with, because it's in multiple of these playlists, now the algorithm knows, hey, your song is related to that song. Now you've got a better chance of hitting the algorithm. And then to add to it, when you get a bunch of these going on, the algorithms that create the Spotify playlist and the genre that you are in, and the genre that is where all these other playlists that you're getting added to, the algorithm starts to add you to the big Spotify, massive 100,000, 500,000 people following this playlist. That's how you get on those, is you got to get the computer to figure it out. Now, my two favorite ways of doing that is what I just talked about here, getting on more and more of these smaller, mid-level Spotify playlists so that the algorithm sees it, but also those special guests. All right, so that was 5 awesome things you can do right now. You don't need to go to Home Depot to pick anything up. You don't need to call any friends. You don't even need to, geez, you're sitting at a phone or a computer and you're doing this on YouTube right now. You can just hit, as soon as the video is over, you hit pause and then you pull it out and you start doing what I just said. Right? Feel free to rewatch the video and share it with other people so you can help keep yourself on target as to what it is that you're doing. You might remember, geez, what was idea number 2? As soon as you're done with idea number 1, so use it. Hey, I also have a blog at outerloop.group/coaching or outerloopcoaching.com. I invite you to come in. I'm posting all the time with lots more detail than what you're getting in the videos that I'm posting once a week here. And also I got a free ebook, I got a free pre-recorded checklist, I got all sorts of crap, and I also have emails that I send out nearly every single day with even more information. I'm a busy dude trying to make things better for your music business career. So join me wherever I'm at. Okay, so until next week, if you're only here on YouTube, until next week, I'll see you with the next video. All right.